Hello, welcome to Noob Aquatics. This is Matthew. Today we're going to go over something a little unique. Today we're going to talk about a company called Galaxy Glow Studios. It's owned by a guy named Joshua. A great guy, by the way. Any chats that I've ever had, he's always been super pleasant to talk to. Very responsive, always answered my questions, and he's great with his customer service no matter what. So we had an issue with one of the products we got from him, and after testing it out, giving it a try, it didn't quite work. He made it a little differently and sent us a replacement, and I can say from the replacement that I will be updating my review there. But yeah, it's great. The replacement is perfect, and it works really well. So what are these products? So Galaxy Glow Studios, they sell things like floating plant corrals, the floating corrals for your plants, such as like duckweed and that type of thing, salvinia, frogbit, floating plants. It really doesn't matter what they are, and we'll go over those and the benefits of having those. They also sell baffles. So if anybody out there is looking to baffle their hang on the back filter, so let's just say you have a beta, and I'll explain why this is important. Let's just say you have a beta fish or fish in your tank that do not like fast moving waters or have trouble in fast moving waters. Well, then this is the type of thing you would want. We did some makeshift types, and I'll kind of explain what those are. What I'll do is whenever we talk about the baffles in the beta aquariums, I'll kind of explain what we did previously with the homemade baffles. So, and bear with me, I'm not feeling 100% today. I'm a little under the weather, but yeah, so we'll go over all of these things that we have here. We have the baffle, floating ring, and the floating plant corrals. And like I said, a highly recommended business. So if you are looking for any of these, then I recommend heading over to Etsy or even the Galaxy Glow Studios website, which I will put down in the description, a link there so that you can actually get there a lot easier. But let's go over the actual product reviews. So here, this is which you all know, this is our 75 gallon aquarium. This aquarium here, we had a lot of fish that didn't like fast moving waters at all. They liked the slower moving waters, and because of that I needed to reduce the amount of speed that was coming out from the water up here. So I have a Tidal 110, so a Seachem Tidal 110 filter. And when it's on full blast, all the way up on full blast, all right, it was literally just blowing fish all over the aquarium, and they didn't like that too much. So I needed to find a way to baffle. The water that was coming out of this Tidal up here. So how do you do that? One thing that you can do, which we've done before, is you can take soda bottles and you can cut them and use them kind of as a baffle. So what you do is you cut the soda bottle, the plastic, right? Cut it on end to end so that it's even all the way in. You want to get the bottles that are straight, not the ones that kind of go like this. Those are a little bit harder. And when you cut them, then you're going to cut one directly all the way through it so that it opens. And when it opens, all right, you'll put the top of it up here and the bottom of it in the aquarium somehow, and you'd have to figure out a way to do that. And then the water would come down, and then it would shoot back towards the back of the aquarium. Sorry about the finger there. So it would come down and shoot back towards the back of the aquarium, and that would essentially baffle the flow of the water. Well, it was good and well, and there's plenty of videos out there on YouTube to show you how to make these homemade baffles. But there is a company, like I said, Galaxy Glow Studios, that makes these baffles, and they're amazing. They're 3D printed, and they look great. You can choose many different colors, which I'll show you on the back ones, the colors our kids pick, and they do a perfect job. So let's take a look at this one first. So this is our baffle here. Now this is a custom design, not one that you can buy directly from him, which he does customs. You just have to explain what you want, and then he'll work with you to try to get that going. But yeah, on this one, let's show you what we got. So this one here, as you can see, this piece right here, all the way across, it's 2 pieces. It just snaps right onto the end of this Tidal 110, and he has the dimensions and everything set up perfectly in his in his 3D printer. And up here in the front, which you can't see, there's a bunch of holes. All right, this is what was missing on the first one. I needed a baffle that allowed forward flow but reduced it, so that's what these holes are for right here. But also I wanted to move the water out the left side because it was just going just in this one area right here, but I wanted to move the water across the aquarium as well. So this is a 90 degree to the left dampen baffle. The holes in the front are dampened, that's what they're called, and some of them have holes both on the left and the right side, allow water to come out both sides, which is the one that most people do. So a dampened baffle has the holes and the hole on both sides. But yeah, so as you can see here with this on there, it reduces the water flow quite a bit. You can see that the plants are barely moving right here, right there, but without it the plants they go all over the place. Alright, so that's the baffle that I have on here. Alright, excellent product, highly recommended. Now, and I'll show you in just a second what it looks like without the baffle on. So let me get it off there real quick and then we'll come back. So we took the baffle off, as you can see, it's up there. Alright, and what I mean is what I was going to show you. So if you watch the plants, you see them there over here. It's hard to see, but the plants are blowing all over the place, but the water itself is pushing water a little bit more, which you can see up here at the top. So the main thing is looking at the water. You'll see that it is flowing quite busy like. All right, plants, if I can hold the camera still, are moving all over the place, as you can see there. So now let's put that back on, and I'll kind of put this here so you can see what I'm doing. Very simple. All right, this is 2 pieces like I said. All right, and if you look on the end there, you'll see the little holes. All right, those are to match up with the piece that's on the title here. All right. Alright, so we got it back on there, like I said. Very easy install. It's recommended that you actually take this off and install it, mainly that way you're not breaking anything or, you know, having trouble in the back. So recommended that you take it off. This one slides on really nice and easy, and I'm pretty confident in myself that I can get it on there without damaging, but it is recommended to do it that way. But as you can see now, if you look, you can see the water is moving a lot slower up there from where it was coming out before. The plants, you know, they may be moving, but they're not blowing all over the place anymore. All right. Now, I recommend that if you do have this on there, to always have some kind of, you know, bubbles going on in the background. You'll see here. Okay. I got air stones in there, so it's always recommended to have at least 1 air stone for your aquariums, no matter what. Now, the second part would be the floating plant corral. So as you see here, this one is clear. This is his newest design. Excellent design, by the way. Very clear. All right, this one is very long. I believe we got the 6-inch ones. You can see in the back there. All right, and here it is here, keeping our plants in place. All right, over here you'll see that this, which see, it just slides up and down, so it floats. So if the water goes down, so as the water goes down, so will the floating plant corral. Now what it is we were using makeshift corrals in these right here, and as the water went down, it was stuck right here with a suction cup, and it wouldn't go down. So all the plants would just kind of fall out the back side and end up all the way across the aquarium. So no matter what we did, the plants wouldn't stay put. But as you can see here, it gives this giant room here, goes all the way to the back, and as it goes up and down, all right, it self-adjusts. Amazing floating plant corral here. All right, we have another one here, and like I said, this one's clear. All right, we have another one here. All right, and you can see here it is on the front of the glass. Now we may actually move this over here so that it's not in the front. But even when it is, you can see it's pretty darn clear. So if you don't mind that, you know, being on the front of the glass, getting the clear one is the way I would say to go. But if you got the colored ones, If you got the colored ones and you don't want to see that, then go for the sides of the glass. And the same thing here. You'll see that it just connects right there, goes all the way around, connects there, and as the water line goes up and down, all right, the plants just, you know, stay in there, and the floating tube stays in put. So yeah, excellent product. So let's take a look at the kids aquariums here, and I'll show you what it looks like with just the dampened baffle. You guys didn't see it, but I said a whole bunch of stuff, but I forgot to hit record. But so yeah, so let's actually hit record and record what I'm saying. So yeah, so here in this room we have the 3 10-gallon aquariums. These 10-gallon aquariums, they belong to our kids. So on the baffles that we got from Galaxy Glow Studios, we actually let them pick out their colors. Now the reason is because in 2 of the aquariums we have betas, and when the betas were in there without the baffle, they didn't like it. They really hated those baffles, or that side of the tank, because they would just blow them all over the place. They're a slow-moving fish, and they like slow-moving waters. Now here, though, in our older son's tank, you'll see here we have the cherry barbs, and we have the German blue ram. Beautiful male German blue ram, by the way. If we ever decide to breed these guys, this is the one we're gonna breed. But yeah, he's beautiful. All right, enough about him. But yeah, so in here, we noticed that even he didn't really like the fast-moving waters, but he did like a little bit of flow. So in this tank here, we also got the baffle, but this one is a dampened baffle. All right, so yeah, so you'll see here, this is the dampened baffle. All right, fits perfectly in there. It just kind of fits right into the slot, and I'll take this off and show you where it goes. All right, so it just hooks on the back of this thing. So let me take it off, turn it around. You'll see it just kind of hooks over that. So you'll see. So yeah, so just kind of hooks over that. The flow goes right over top of the top, and it goes down like that. Just stays in there like that. Now this one here, it's got the holes in the front and then the hole on the sides. So like I was mentioning, is just a hole. The water comes out here, comes out there, and comes out the holes in the side. And it severely dampens the water here as well, which is amazing, because that's what we were looking for. Like I said, originally we were using the homemade ones with the plastic bottles, the pantyhose, that type of thing, and we just didn't feel that those were actually doing what they needed to for the fish. All right, and as you can see here, the water is barely moving up there, but it still has the same flow that's going. It's just barely moving. And again, I recommend some kind of air stone in your aquariums for all of them. All right, and as you can see, the fish love it. He loves it. He can move across the tank without getting blown all over the place. Plants love it in this aquarium. This crypt right here is huge. Good hiding place for babies if they ever decide to have babies. But yeah, so that's what this one is. Oh yeah, and I failed to mention though, but as you can see here, these are what we were using for our floating plant corrals. Now what happens with these is that these things fill up with water and they don't float, and when we had them stuck on the side, they wouldn't go up and down. So in the kids aquariums, we just removed, on this side over here, we removed the suction cup, and with the pothos in the back to keep them in place, as you can see right here, the pothos root is on the inside, and it just holds this ring in place. All right, but it allows it to go up and down with no problems. And now eventually, if our kids decide to buy one of the floating plant corrals for their aquarium, they can. They get an allowance to do so. But I'm assuming he'd probably pick blue just to match that, because he likes blue. But yeah, so that's up to them to buy it. Let's take a look at the other tins. So over here, this is my middle son's. This one here, you can see that we have the beta fish. All right. Now in here, he's going to have some tetras with it, but and all these guppies will be removed. But this beta fish right here did not like the flow. So on this side right here, he completely avoided the right half. And because of that, we had to find something to make him, or allow him to go from all sides of the aquarium. And on this aquarium, this one, he chose red. So you can see here, here's the red. It's the dampened baffle as well. We got the air going there. But the dampened baffle, floating plants, every tank is pretty much the same-ish. But yeah, you can see barely any flow up there, and he has no problem swimming around the tank and going wherever he wants. So yeah, like I said, excellent baffle for the Aquarium 10 up here that we have. Last aquarium. All right, so this is our last aquarium. This is our daughter's aquarium. She likes the color purple, and well, you know what? He sells purple up here. All right, so she has the purple dampened baffle. Again, excellent product. All of them have been excellent. They've done exactly what they were supposed to do. You can see the flow here is amazing as well. And in this tank here, again, the guppies are gonna go away, and there's gonna be some tetras in here. But the beta right here, this one right here didn't like the flow at all. This one would freak out. So this one right here, when it came over here to this side, it would go like that, freak out. So we figured that was going to cause a lot of stress. So we did the same thing on here. We just did one of those makeshift, baffles and put it on there with the bottle. So again, it works temporarily, but it required a lot of tweaking, a lot of cutting, and it didn't always stay put. So we needed something more permanent. But yeah, so that's where these come in. And he loves it. He has much more time. He likes swimming all over the aquarium. He's got crazy color. He's blue with these little lighter spots on him. Kind of looks like he has some kind of jewels on him. But yeah, he loves it. And like I said, purple. They come in many different colors. All right, so we have one more product. Now this product we got because we just made an order with him. So he was sending this out with the clear floating plant corrals, and I wasn't actually expecting it, and then I went and read the description, and it actually says free floating ring with every order. Now this one here, this is our puffer, and let me show you our aquarium. Excellent aquarium, by the way. As you can see, we started out with plants that were only this tall, and as you can see, they're almost all the way up there, and this has not even been a month, has it?
What? Yeah, for the puffer?
Yeah. Alright, well, it's been maybe a month or less than a month, and as you can see, we've had explosive growth in this aquarium. I'm gonna have to go in there and trim these plants, but the best part is that puffers like that. They need lots of line of sight breaking. There's the water sprite, which I pulled a ton of them out. Lilies just all over the aquarium up there, giving them plenty of hiding spots and view. Got a dead shrimp in there. But yeah, so in here, the main thing is the floating plant corral. Or not floating plant corral. The main thing in here is the feeding ring. So as you can see, there's a puffer right there. He knows the food comes through here. He's ready for it. He's like, give me my snails, give me my bloodworms. But yeah, so as you can see, we just let the floating plants just kind of do whatever they want in here. Mainly because the tank gets two types of light. The tank gets two types of light. So it gets the light from the aquarium light, but then it also gets ambient light from this side. So we had to reduce the light that the plants were getting this way. Plants were getting this way because of the light that was coming from there. So the only way to do that is just to let your floating plants go crazy up there. And that way all the plants get it, and there's not an algae bloom or growth. So a lot of times people have problems when tanks are by direct sunlight, because it causes algae growth. Well, there's a way to balance that out. Just reduce the amount of light going into your aquarium so that the light coming in from there is absorbed by your plants. At least that's what we found out. But yeah, so that's what this is. And it came with the same device. So on the side here, you'll see that as the water line goes down, so does the the feeding ring is what we're going to call it. All right. You'll see it there. So yeah, it comes with the same device as the floating plant corral, and it allows us to drop the snails in there without having to worry about, and you see a whole pile of snails that they're picking from here. But yeah, excellent product, and we got that for free. It came with the order, so he definitely takes care of his customers. But yeah, like I said, Josh was great. He's been wonderful to work with. All his products are amazing. They're very sturdy. I'm sure you can break them because it is plastic, but just be careful when you do it. Whenever you, and I mean right here, don't grab this part to push it on there. Grab the suction cup, the plastic right there, push with it so that you're not pushing on the plastic. That's the easiest way to avoid breaking it. That's what we did. And with the baffles that you hang, on the hang on the back filters, like I said, it's recommended that you pull them off, put them on, and then put them back down. But it's up to you. Just know that that's the recommendation. So yeah, if you haven't had a chance yet, check out Galaxy Glow Studios on Etsy or his main website, and buy some baffles, buy some floating plant corrals. He's great, like I said, and I'm not sponsored by him. I asked him if I can put his name on my website. I'm doing this review because of, it's a review for products that are amazing. They work. So if you want a product that works to baffle your aquarium and keep your plants in check that float, check out Galaxy Glow Studios. Thanks for coming to Noob Aquatics. Have a great day.